General bike maintenance is a must for all riders. It keeps your bike performing at its best and also keeps it operating quietly. Knowing how to diagnose and fix creaks, squeaks, and other annoying noises can save you and your riding partners from too much trail noise. Occasionally, these noises can develop in the moving parts, like your suspension linkages. Here, I'm going to go over the proper way to remove and reinstall the pivot hardware for the upper and lower links on your level link suspension bike for service, cleaning, and proper tightening. The tools you're going to need for this are 10, 8, 6, and 4 mm Allen wrenches, bike grease, and if you have one, a torque wrench. The parts you'll be working with include a 10 mm threaded axle, an 8 mm tapered washer, and depending on which link you're working on, either a 6 or a 4 mm bolt. You'll find this process is easiest to do by first removing the rear wheel and letting all the air out of your rear shock. One handy thing about our level link bikes is the hardware is all on the non-drive side, so there's no need to remove the cranks. Starting with the lower link, use a 6 mm Allen wrench to remove the bolt. Behind this bolt is a tapered washer. To help with its removal, there's a fitting for an 8 mm Allen wrench, even though the washer itself isn't threaded. Finally, use your 10 mm wrench to unthread the main axle. Support the swing arm while removing the axle, and be sure to keep track of the bearing caps as they're only held in place by the swing arm. Wipe all the parts clean, making sure to wipe the frame also. To reinstall the bearing caps, use bicycle grease to thinly coat the bearings and stick the caps to the grease, holding them in place with the swing arm. Also grease the threads of the axle and any alloy parts that contact other alloy areas. Thread the axle back in and tighten it to 15 Newton meters. Grease the tapered washer and place it by hand. Next, grease the bolt and thread it in, tightening it to 8 Newton meters. Use the same process for all 4 locations, and keep in mind the upper link bolts use a 4 mm Allen wrench. Finally, the main axles are a specific length for each location, so be sure to keep them in order.